What up? Y'all already know what time it is. You're now tuned in with your guy, Joe T.
D. Johns.
And this is two grown men having a conversation.
Absolutely.
Woke up this morning feeling real good.
I love it.
Had a great weekend.
Say more.
Probably the best weekend of 2025.
On the way out.
Yeah.
Say more.
Yeah, man. Had a surprise, early birthday gift. Daughter came in town. It was beautiful.
When's the last time you saw her?
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
It's probably been over a year. It's probably been about a year since I've seen her. Let me think. Last time I went to Tennessee.
For your granny though, right?
Yep. I didn't get to see her when I went. Yeah, I didn't get to see her for my granny's funeral. I think she was out of town. She had already had something planned. I think she was in Miami. Yeah, it's been over a year.
Wow.
Since I seen her. This one was different than any other time since I've been home. This what we bonded, we kicked it, I really got to talk to her. I could tell she hugged me more, was more clingy to me. And then it was emotional when she left.
How'd it make you feel?
Like I gotta find out how to get her here. Then I felt a different kind of guilt than the time I missed. This time, because we went to this, they got like this, I want to say like a igloo experience at this prestige hotel I had called, I think it's pronounced Adophilis. It's downtown.
And the winter experience, the whole?
Yeah. We went there. We went there. Beautiful too, bro. I said this experience was dope. I ain't never did nothing like that in my life. But, being up there, we seen a lot of, there's a lot of families up there. And I mentioned one time, I was like, 2-3 weeks ago, I was saying that it's certain things that I just feel like I ain't gonna never get to experience.
Right.
And that made me think of something I won't be able to experience with my family. You know what I'm saying? And it made it even louder because she here. And I know just not on my side, it's also on her mother's side, this kind of, in shambles as well.
Right.
So it was beautiful to be able to share that with her, but it made me feel a guilt of like I want to give that to her. Because my daughter, I know she's big on family. I know she like being around people. I know, those experiences. And she 22. I can remember, it before I went in, 18, 19, like never getting them kind of experiences we were looking at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even when I saw your picture, bro, like I showed, I showed her, I was like, look. I was like, look at that. I was like, you see how beautiful that is? Like to see you with your family like that. But yeah, man, we'll get back on that. But what about you, man? How was your everybody know I don't celebrate how, but how was your
It was good, man. It's I got a thought in my head, I'm put a pin in it. Come back to
Okay.
Family time, man. That's all it's ever been for me.
Mm-hmm.
So even learning, growing, understanding the origins of things, if the family's available, I'm not going to not have family.
Yes, sir.
Because of the origin, right? So I get it, and I respect your approach to it.
Yeah. I had to say it for the audience.
Yeah.
I would have said it, they'd have been like, well, Joe G, I had to put that disclaimer.
I'll fight with it. But it was good, man. As we were talking before, my father-in-law is having some challenges. He was good on the day, so the family, and it was more relaxed this year. I gotta admit that I was a little annoyed. Imagine that. Imagine me being annoyed about
Yeah, right.
Because I'm used to, I prefer, this is the plan. We're gonna do this. It's gonna be 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Day of, I'm like, hey, so
yeah. Yeah.
Can you tell me where we're like, where? And it ended up being here, but it was smoothed out because everything was relaxed, nothing was rushed, and I probably needed that reminder.
Okay.
Like the day is not about perfection.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? However you do or don't celebrate. The time with family, period.
The time with family, period. Yeah.
It's not about perfection.
Mm-hmm.
So I was, well, once I let that go, it took me about 15, 20 minutes. I let that go. I was like, well,
that's what's up.
Me being the North ain't gonna get the food.
Ain't gonna get
the food prepared. And this year I didn't have to cook. Like I normally go off.
Yeah.
But it was humdrum quiet. And then I found out what the assignments were. I was like, all right.
Let's get to it.
I'm big chilling.
That's what's up.
Big chilling.
That's what's up.
But it was good, man. But keep my father-in-law in prayer if you're the praying type. If you're not the praying type, don't, because I don't need them.
Right.
You don't need them, but
sure.
just having some challenges, aging, and it seems to be happening a little bit more rapid than we all would prefer.
Yeah.
But swift reminder, nothing is promised.
Yeah.
Nothing is promised. So if you got an opportunity, I'm glad you got an opportunity to see your daughter.
Yeah.
And I know that seeing her felt different, but we've had conversations. I know you've always cared and it's always been important to you. So hopefully that's a nudge in whatever direction.
Yeah,
it's for y'all.
It was a big. I'm interested. What was the question? You said you were gonna put a pin in my question.
I kind of went back to it just in terms of holidays. Period. This specific one. Like I get being against. Well, I get not celebrating holidays. Period. Like I respect those that have that approach. Others have celebrated it before and then came into a new knowledge of its origin and they're against it. I understand that. I'm saying annually, the world slows down for this. I'm going to take advantage of the opportunity to have my family around. If you say Happy Thanksgiving or not, it doesn't bother me. Give me my family in one house.
That's real.
On whatever day.
Yeah.
And we're gonna run it. So that's kind of what it was, man.
Yeah, I
stand on what you believe in.
Yeah, I most definitely respect that. I did get out of the house, you know what I'm saying, and went around.
I started to hit you, but I was like,
I already know.
Like, bro, you just want to come be around family? Nah, man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
but man, yeah, man. It was great. It was great seeing her, man. It was tough letting her leave this time. It made me wonder, if it's some pain somewhere, if it's some anger, is it some built up frustration somewhere that she hasn't had the opportunity to express, and as a father being distant and already with the history that we have, I've been the best I can be to the best of my ability.
Yeah.
I think we at a level now where I think she's at a place of where she wants to open up about certain things and get some clarity on some things. And also seeing me in the environment she saw me in, like how people deal with me and how they are and how much access people have to her father that she probably hasn't realized she can utilize.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So that was major. It's a blessing within itself.
Being a distant father, whether you're in the house, around the house, you have access. At this age, my daughter's 22 as well. My oldest is 22. There's going to be things in the house. I was in the house the whole time, didn't get it right. So providing that opportunity for her to say whatever, however it come out, I think it's important because my I don't know if I said it on here, but my oldest is not my biological, but she's no less of my daughter.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? She was my first experience at being a father. So she grew up with me in the house, but I'm sure there's also some thoughts of, what the biological relationship could have been had it been different. You know what I'm saying? So it's however shorter way of saying it is, I don't take for granted even having been in the house that everything's smooth and there's nothing to talk about at any age. But 22, man.
Yeah.
It's definitely different parenting a 22 in the house because she's still in the house.
Yeah.
And she has a daughter. And it's my lens is a little bit different because I can see what things took and what things didn't and what things we missed as parents to her as she's figuring out how to be a parent to her child. So to see that up close is like, man, did you get that from me? You know what I'm saying? It's a reality check that I was never raised or reared, however you're comfortable associating the word with getting me out of the house. Like my parents didn't have that approach. My dad was clear about if I'm gonna be in the house, it's gonna be this way.
Yeah.
But I never felt rushed. And I think I'm taking a very intentional approach, not rushing my children out of the house.
Yeah.
Especially knowing that I missed some things early. Because we got the gap in kids, you know, you start seeing things with the younger ones like, man, did I pay this much attention to that with the older three? And, you know, having that parallel life of preteen. Matter of fact, my youngest will be 11 around the time this comes out, a couple of days after this comes out.
Yeah.
No, he'll already be 11.
Yeah.
We got one in the cup.
Yeah, for sure.
He'll already be 11.
Yeah.
So it's from 11 to 22 and the stages in between. There's always something to talk about. So you shouldn't feel like you're an outlier because you wonder about what she has to say just because the situation was what it was.
Yeah. Yeah. And then it made me, this is the first bittersweet moment I've had as a parent. Like, loved everything about it, but then it's just like, dang, I wonder.
You gotta leave?
Yeah.
I feel like that. My daughter is 10 miles away at school.
Yeah. It's beautiful, though. It's beautiful.
10 miles away at school. She popped in. Of course, she was here because they were off last week for the most part. But she's very active in school and extracurricular stuff and clubs or whatever. And she's serious about school. So it's like, you kind of just, you just come and go as you please. Huh?
Yeah. And then I noticed very clearly, like, she makes me soft.
I had 2 girls first.
Yeah. She makes me soft. Like, I don't know what it is, but it's just different.
Don't fight it.
Yeah, I love it. You know, I love it, man. I was actually having a conversation with my cousin. While she was here, I had went to the gym. She was asleep, and he called me about somebody that we grew up with. Something he had said online, and I told him, I said he ain't healed. He's still looking for validation and approval from other people. Like, he want them to see things that he done in the past, and like he want to look at those as accolades. He not understanding at this big old grown age, like, we just ain't into each other's lives like that because we have our own.
Yeah.
And when I told, cause I was like, I could tell he ain't healed because when I first came home, I kind of went through them stages, but now I'm embracing like a different level of love and peace, and certain things just don't move me like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, having my daughter around now versus when I came home, I can tell how attentive I am. I ain't worried about what I'm gonna say. Like, I'm really embracing the time, the moment, what's going on, like saying things in my brain probably would have been, just say it, like, you know, talk to her, like, and I can tell, you know, she's more comfortable too. But that healing journey, my journey of healing as a parent, friend, I can see how it's helped me evolve in friendships and whatever the case may be, versus being in that broken stage still, dealing with a lot of that trauma or guilt versus how I handle things now with her. And I think she saw it too. I think she could tell this time was also different than any other time she's been around me. And I also told, cause I know I said money didn't heal me. I thought that in the beginning, I think I get this bag.
Yeah.
I said, but the more and more I made, the more and more I was just like, but something ain't whole still. It was just some internal work I had to do. I could have done it with 10,000 if I would have realized, you know, it was about what was inside versus thinking, you know, and that's helped my relationship with her too. Even though she was here for 3 days, it wasn't about what I had. I wanted to spend time. Like, I knew how important it was versus thinking I need to buy her things, or I want her to think, you know, my masculinity is tied to my pocket.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
it's interesting how when your financial situation changes positively, at least for me, I realized that I was chasing the money and money got rid of some of the distractions that were louder because I didn't have money. So when you got bills and you want to be somewhere in life and things are tight, those things are loud when you don't have money and they become distracting.
Mm-hmm.
You get the money, you can quiet those distractions, and then the money kind of becomes the distraction.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, I got that. Or whether it's like I said before, increasing my lifestyle, trying to keep up with whatever. You know what I'm saying? And it didn't really, it never solved anything because the more money I made, the more I felt like it justified my time away from the house. I'm taking all these trips, or if I'm not as present as I should be, at least I can hit the button on the shopping cart. Like that was a real time justification in my head.
Yeah.
And, now that the pendulum is shifted again and I'm out of that life, I understand the importance of money as a tool, but it doesn't define me. You know what I'm saying? Before, whether I said money specifically, I would say my position, but my position was tied to, increasing in resources. So the fact that you're aware of that and you got time, you got an opportunity to be what you're thinking.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, be what you're thinking.
Yeah. And in that, in marriage, and like my relationship with my mama, I hate money at this point. Honestly, I think I have a love-hate relationship. I understand it's a tool.
Yeah,
I understand also that tool can attract people who, you know what I'm saying, don't understand that you're seeing it as a tool, not this is a bridge to our relationship.
You hate how other people see you with money.
Yes. It's awful. Yeah, it's awful, man. But even with that, I did a video not too long ago, saying, as a believer, you have to understand the seasons of your people are going to use you.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in a bad way. They just may not be where you are. You got to remind yourself that not to allow them to just run you over, but in them seasons, even in knowing this person's brokenness is. Their lens is so crooked, it's not allowing them to really see you're doing something you don't even have to do, because I'm going to be this loving, this nurturing. I'm going to pour in you regardless if, you know what I'm saying, you ain't got to do all that extraness. I'm going to do it anyway. And you just got to go through them seasons and that'll help them heal eventually.
Yeah.
Because once they see it with one person, because that's what my process was, being out here in Dallas, being around people who are healthier. Realize that you ain't even got to do that. Like, they good. Right. And it helped me over time do the same thing. But I know one of the other questions I wanted to ask you, me and my cousin Wayne, we talk a lot. We've been recently talking a lot about marriage because that's where it's going. But he was saying, he got it's a lot of guys at work that done said the first 5 years is the hardest 5. Would you say the first 5 years is the hardest 5 or the best? Well, let me give a little more context before I say. Yeah. He said the first 5, both people evolving, probably changing career. Women, I don't know why this came up. He was saying women body fluctuate more, dealing with self-esteem, insecurities, certain, and on the male side too, and just loving each other through that. The tough, like, I don't even want to say hard, but really learning each other in them first 5.
Yeah, I think it has everything to do with how you arrived at I do, right? Like what kind of history you had. Keish and I had pretty significant history before then. I knew her from high school. I knew her family. So I was certain of the choice. I wasn't certain about how to be a husband, right? And like I said before, I tried to go in there and mimic what I saw. And I wasn't mature enough to understand that if the things that I saw done that worked in my house growing up don't work here, do something different.
How long did it take you to see that?
Oh, dude, what's today? Oh, I mean, seriously, probably I saw it early, but the other aspect of maturity is now that I see this, what do you do?
The shift.
Yeah, like the shift somewhere year 7 and 10, because a lot happened early. Within the first 5 years, we had 3 children 05. Yeah, and by 08, I was working in another country. So that's different, right? My wife was in the military when we got married. So in that position, I signed up to go wherever she went because that's just how it works. The military don't care what your husband doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is your new spot. Thankfully, she didn't have to go anywhere. Her last duty station, which happened to be where we were from, was her last duty station. And we made a joint decision for her to get out after my first son, child number 3, was born in 07. And I felt some financial pressure that I created. So this is for y'all run off with the comp. See, women, and I created some issues, and I needed to go get some bread. So I went overseas for a year in Iraq. And that took us through a lot because she was there with 3 children. Both of our families were in the area. And immature me saw that as enough. Like, well, everybody, your mom there, my mom, like our parents are there. And I didn't really grasp how taxing it was for her to be the stay-at-home mom, though this is what she chose. It wasn't an ultimatum. She got out of the military, and then I decided to go do this thing. Well, she got out of the military, and I said I quit.
Yeah,
that's a whole nother.
In that shift, I think that's in general. I think most people, our examples are what we've seen, what we've experienced, and at some point your mind has to, which I think why a lot of Christians are saying they're deconstructing themselves from the Bible. They've only done and experienced church,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Now they're trying to experience life and their relationship in their own pure way,
right?
I feel like that seems kind of scary too, to realize you have to unlearn. Yeah, and try to figure out the new route.
Yeah, like it's a whole lot. It's a whole lot to take on at once. And we had a conversation on the other show on the platform that was talking about, was it right to marry? My co-host was telling the story about how when he was getting married, his dad asked him, "Why are you marrying this woman?" Right? His dad wasn't saying don't marry her. He was like, "Are you certain?" Just stopping there, the amount of comments that suggested that was wild. I said, man,
it was wild that he asked. Wow, what?
Yeah, because he said the other part of it is he said before my wedding, which I never clarified, and it's left to assumption that they're talking about like on the wedding day that it happened. At whatever point it happens for a woman, it's cool. Like after that, I put up a clip of, I don't know if you're familiar with A Different World, the show, the Cosby Show.
Oh yeah.
Whitney and Dwayne were on and off in this relationship, and ultimately Whitney decided to marry somebody else. At the altar, she says no. Dwayne busts in, "I love you, blah, 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 blah." Everybody cheered because she made the right decision for her at the altar.
Wow.
Right? Not too much conversation on that,
right?
As you can imagine.
Right.
Everybody said, "Man, I love that episode." I was like, but hold on. At what point should a man, I get it. But if it's wrong all the way through.
It's wrong.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's other parallels I could pull, when no means no. It means no matter what the intent was leading up to the no.
Facts.
So if it's a no for him at the altar, that's wild.
That's what.
That's wild, because chances are you knew before then. Also, anyhow,
going back to it, just seems like we have a culture where marriage is mostly about the woman. It's for the woman.
That's a great question, because I didn't feel like I just showed up to my wedding, but I knew it meant, like, the planning and the performance of it meant way more to her.
Yeah.
So my approach was, let me be out where I'm out. Let me be in where I'm in. What I need to pick up some stuff. My partners, we gonna be there. Like, ain't nobody gonna take this for a joke. We gonna be there. We ain't gonna be we'll be drunk and high.
Yeah.
We're gonna be in there of sound mind
Yeah.
and ready to do this thing. But it was just interesting in terms of like who has a say in it.
Yeah, I'm experiencing
like
that.
After you ask, you're committed through death.
Yeah.
Regardless of what you see.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's like the point I made about counseling. People typically ask before counseling. So if you get to counseling and counseling suggests you shouldn't do it, the other part of the comment is like, man, your pops told you didn't do it, you weak.
That's insane.
He actually married the lady, which people just have an ounce of information to solve a 2-ton problem.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but the dialogue that's still ongoing of the woman's perspective, and I know a lot of women telling other women to chill, but I realize that people are responding through their life experience because they don't know him, me, or anything that happened in that clip.
Right. So
like the conversation you was having with your cousin, I don't think there's an answer that I can give as a blanket statement about which 5 years are better.
Yeah.
Because if you ask my parents who've been married 52 years, this is the best time they've been having.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean the other time suck.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't know because they're 30 years beyond where I'm at.
Me and my dad had a talk about 2 weeks ago too, and he told me that he wish he was more mature before he married my mom. He said he realized he wasn't ready.
Yeah.
He didn't, and then he said he realized he didn't know what he was doing at all. And because I brought it up about, people having conversations with people with experience before marrying, more than just getting counseling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Have you talked to people who realize, what year 10 may look like?
Yeah.
Or what year 3 may look like? I went and got my haircut the other day. I was letting it grow back. I don't know. I had been taking my vitamin, commercial break me, please. I had been taking my vitamins and putting oil on it. For some reason, I said, I'm back. And then by the time it really got here, I realized this right here it wasn't moving at the same speed. Yeah. So I went and got it. I usually do it myself, but I was trying to kill some time before the surprise of found out about my daughter. And but I ended up, the barber that I was talking to, he brought up some, he been married 8-9 years. They going through, I don't even want to say a trial. They're going through a phase right now.
Yeah.
Because he said his wife's still beautiful, love of the devil. Women see their body different. You know what I'm saying? And he just saying, that's probably turned down a little bit of the, the action because, she may not be feeling herself the same way. Yeah. And he was like, that's a phase. He said, bro, it's been 30 days. I said,
yeah.
I feel like these are important. Like 30 days, because I'm going to be 100. As a man, 30 days right there. What do you, like, what, did you have any struggles? Did you watch something? Was you just chilling, worked more? Did you turn up the activity to keep did you pour more into her to try to get that? Like, what was your process, at 6 years in and she decides 30 days, there's no action at all?
These are the conversations, and some people will suggest that there's and some people suggest that there's an obligation one to the other to be there in that way for whatever's reasonable in your house. The conversations that I don't think enough men have with themselves is when it doesn't look like what's got me happy now, then what?
Then
what? Right? Because it could be self-confidence. That's real. We had a phase where it was frustrating to me. I'd tell my wife she was beautiful and she'd be like, and tell me what's wrong with her. But if she got a compliment in public, she'd come home and be excited about it. And I'm pissed because I'm like, but I told you. Getting through it, getting out of my feelings, realizing that she felt like maybe it was an obligation for me to say that. And, I had people that don't have a vested interest. And I'm not talking about people trying to holler.
I feel you. I feel you.
Just like, complimenting her or whatever, or her spirit. And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
So I'm taking it personal because it was frustrating. But it was like, oh, you maybe because I say it so much or because of our relationship, you feel like I'm supposed to say that. So I'm going to say that no matter what. And I get that, but it can be that. It could be like when you consider like the makeup of the body. You're like the last couple times you come in here, you've been injured. You ain't been doing that, but you've been injured.
For sure. I'm injured right now.
Yeah, would you be 38 tomorrow?
Yeah.
I'm 46.
Yeah.
I remember specifically at 40, I don't know if it just something about the associated age and I paid more attention to it. I was like, man, this is happening.
Yeah.
This is happening. So you don't think about it until it happens to you, but women bodies be going through stuff.
Yes.
Like the most. And I don't think we realize when it's the case, how frustrating it is for them not to feel like that. Because imagine if the 30 days was on him not being able to perform, how he would feel.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? So those are the things that would be more practical in counseling for me. Having those kind of challenge questions, not the surveys that say that you're a type A, B, C, and she's D, E. I'm like, okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Non-therapist guy.
Right, exactly. You just follow the textbook. You following the textbook stuff up.
Yeah, and salute if you got one that's talking you through it, but even if you don't find that in counseling, these are the things that you have to ask yourself, because we believe that what got us to marriage is how all of marriage is going to look like.
And it's not.
It's not. It's not. You used to hoop. Can you hoop today like you used to?
Oh, no.
Why?
Hey.
But why? You know what I'm saying? Why? Right?
Right.
So if you're not getting picked up on the court, and you mad because, man, I used to. Remember when I used to? You can't do it now. And at some point, we come to that understanding about us. We don't necessarily see that now. If she's just trifling and she's weaponizing it, like I don't have a theory to present to you on how that's gonna work out.
Yeah, I had that conversation here recently too, man. I've been trying to get as much marriage information as possible. Yeah, it is. Because I don't want no unrealistic expectation. I'm just because I'm a thinker, like, and if I have something for my mind to grab,
it's gonna grab it.
Yeah, I'm gonna remember. It was some in a therapy session, a counseling session that was, you're a minimizer, Joe T. This is a maximizer, meaning she could hear something and her mind she's just all over the place. You, because of your background, you snatch it and make it as small, and she may look at it like you don't care.
Yeah.
And that's not the case.
Yeah.
But he gave us so many examples where I was like, this is important, because this is something where this moment happens.
Yeah.
You maximizing.
Yeah. And it happens typically a lot of times before a conversation. Because the first thing you start, am I tripping, or is he like, nah, let it go?
Yeah.
No. By the time you talk about it, might be 13 times that you got memorized in your mind, whoever's presenting it, and now it feels like an attack.
Yes.
December 17th, 2008, I was waiting for you in the car. Remember? We was going to the banquet.
Yeah.
And you said what? You ain't even apologize when you got in the car. You know what I'm saying? It'd be stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's interesting that you said that in terms of maximizer. Like, my wife uses a lot of, her family uses a lot of words. My dad talks a lot now, but how people used to reference him was a few words.
A few.
Unless he was on the pulpit.
Yeah.
Like when he get up there, he get to preaching or whatever, like he's excited then. And people like, man, I didn't know you know what I'm saying? I didn't know he had that in him. Like people may see me on this podcast and be like, man, you talk? I mean, what are we talking about?
Right.
I get on the podcast and talk about something.
Yeah.
I don't go through life talking about nothing.
I can see that.
I don't go through life talking about, I don't call Joe T and be like, yo, nothing, bro. Let's just
let's
just nothing it out. Right? That's not it. But her being accustomed to a lot of words being used and me saying the 3 words that matter most to me, I don't care enough. And me, I'm like, yo, you overdoing it.
Yeah.
But it's just neither was correct. But if you get to a point where you start rationalizing everything without the conversation, you got yourself to blame at year 10 when you mad from year 3.
Then I'll tell you another one we did, low value, low frequency, like frequencies. We did a chart. You know, you got high value, low frequency. Then you got, you can have, I forgot how it go, but it was how to shift that into, you know, this only happens a very small amount of times. How do you shift your mind into realizing you don't have to make this into something huge?
Yeah.
I only ask you to do it maybe once or twice a month.
Right.
But when it happens, you just
hyper focused on it.
Yeah. How do you shift that in? Because that's low value, low frequency. How do I shift that into realizing I can tough through this? It's just, you know, that these are important things because I don't have these kind of experiences.
Yeah.
I haven't been around. I haven't had the pleasure to talk to people who've been on that journey.
Yeah.
And that's because the journeys I've been through, I easily know where to get certain information because these are the pockets I've been in.
Yeah.
And I'm really enjoying now these new pockets of unfamiliar territory in almost every aspect of my life, making that shift and clinging to it.
Right.
Realizing, you know, there's even in talking about my daughter, like I could tell that was a shift. That was a shift for sure. Yeah, when I was finna, but yeah, y'all get what's going on though. Y'all get what's going on.
It's on your time.
But go ahead.
I would say it's one misconception. I don't even know if it's a misconception or people just don't want to accept that in marriage you're going to be let down.
Oh, that's good.
And the moment somebody talks about their spouse or their partner letting them down, see, that's why I have yet to meet a person who hasn't let themselves down.
Oh, y'all heard that?
It's bound to happen. You're just so tired. Like it's so obvious. Other people's flaws are so obvious to us because we spend so much time looking outside of us.
Ready to throw out the baby and the bathwater.
All of it.
You'll let yourself down more than anybody in the world.
A lot of people don't even realize what they look like. You spend so much time focusing on looking, I'm talking about externally and internally.
I feel you.
So much time that you can notice everything. That's why I said, like, if I would come in the house so done with my day and expecting things not to be the way that I wanted. Then when I walk in and I can see something that's not the way that I expected it, it's loud to me. Why is your shoe right there?
Yeah.
Does it really matter? Like,
of
course, yes, we want to be orderly.
Right.
But for me to allow that to be my springboard into
the rest of the night,
a terrible evening.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
See, that's why I would never. Okay.
Right.
Like I said before, if you would never, don't.
Yeah.
But don't come in absent any expectations like you're the only one that can let something down in the situation and it's okay. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, that boy, what you said, that's still on my mind, that people let themselves down more than others. Talking about you won't do it. And really that's deflection. You don't even believe you don't believe you can, really. You don't have the capacity to understand the sacrifice and compromise that'll be made. I watched a video yesterday where this man was saying he don't think some men and some women are just not designed for that. You're just not cut out for marriage.
True.
Because you don't know you don't really understand the selflessness you have to continuously to try to practice throughout years.
Or you don't have the desire to be that.
You don't have the desire to be that.
And I think that's fine. If you know that.
Don't knock it because I want to do it though.
Right. And also don't take somebody else through that knowing that's not who you are.
Right. Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
No, that's not who you are. And that was the real was too many men get married because it's the right thing to do was what we were talking about. And we were talking about his experience in his first marriage and my experience in my only marriage. Our dad asked us the same question, different ways, different times. But it's important. And the number of men in the comments like, man, I sure wish my father had a conversation like that with me. I'm going to talk to my son about this today. Again, people see your situation through the lens of their experience.
I agree.
And you can't, that's one thing you got to be mindful of if you decide to pursue marriages is making sure that the opinions in your house matter most.
I had a conversation with myself years ago before even getting to this could happen.
Yeah.
And it was when it came to marriage. Giving up all the other cats, no looking back, no spaceships. Like, what does that look like? Like, I used to have these kind of conversations, and it had nothing to do with social media.
Yeah.
It was just what I'm gonna shoot it straight with y'all. Just thinking, as a man, can I do that? Like, when I know I'm gonna see or be like, I wonder. Like, I literally had to have these kind of conversations with myself. Like, if you do that, then you know, like, that's literally what Andre was saying. Give up all these pussy cats, no looking back. Like, these are now I'm having.
Yeah.
And a lot of people probably would say it's because now you done matured, you done got all of that out of your system. It may be, but to me, mostly it's this is really what I want to do.
That's the only way I believe is actually going to work.
Yeah, if that's what you want to do.
And and work is subjective, right? Something working means it got a result. You did this, it got a result. But if you want to enjoy it, like it's got to be something that you genuinely want to do, not your circumstance, not any kind of external pressures or it's time or the clock is ticking. Clock is not going to stop ticking.
Right.
And if you jump into a relationship that you shouldn't be in, the time is going to feel that much slower and miserable. But also you'll look up and haven't been there 10 years. You know what I'm saying? So
put yourself in a prison.
Yeah, these are. I didn't have the specific conversation about like being attracted to other women and being focused with my dad because I didn't think that was a conversation we could have because I never saw him any other way. Like nothing about him said he was a player at any point in his life. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, I knew my ways were so different from his that it was almost, I felt like it was embarrassing for me to have a conversation with him. So he was accessible, but as a man, you got to take responsibility of what conversations are boiling up in you and what you do with them. So I can't blame him that we didn't, it would have been cool, but if I know that there's a struggle for me, just because I didn't see him go through it, and then you also got to realize is that your parents, when you're a child, you see what your parents put in front of you for the most part. Of course, you see their actions and all of that, but like a lot of your life is spent away from them.
Yes.
And you realize that as a parent, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes you have a home life and a outside of the home life that don't jive. Right. So you gotta use, keep saying it, use your words, man. If you feel like there's something that you don't understand, don't let your marriage teach you about it first.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Like going into marriage, I don't know about this. I'm gonna just get into it and see how it go down. Please don't do that. If you have access to somebody that you can trust, and I know people gossip, people want to talk to you to have something to talk about you. You know what I'm saying? To say something about you, but that ain't marriage doesn't solve bad behavior.
Facts.
It does not.
at all.
It just doesn't.
I seen a video on that. It was actually a woman teaching.
Yeah.
She was talking about how I thought I could marry away my lust. And once her and her partner got married, after a year or two, because she was more, she wanted sex more than him.
Yeah.
And by the time he wasn't scratching that itch, the ring and the ceremony didn't make that go away. You know what I'm saying? but then I seen, matter of fact, I was watching something where this man was talking about marry. The man said, marry the whore. And he said it on the basis of, it's a lot of men are married for peace. A woman are married for security. And then that he was saying, but men are married for peace, knowing she don't satisfy him sexually the way the whores would. And so he'll marry the woman for his peace, but then have that internal issue still going on and rather get that itch here and there. Because like in my eyes, I'm thinking, just communicate that. How is it that the person you want to spend the rest of your life with, you can't explain, what turns you on sexually, but you'd rather, and then on the reverse end of the conversation, he said the ladies with class, the woman, the wife, they reserve themselves. They kind of dial back because they don't want to look like the whore. They don't want to come off as how does that the scripture said the bedroom is undefiled.
Mm-hmm.
So how is it that you're the class lady, like all of that is it's beautiful. The different makeups. No man is asking his woman to just always be dressed inappropriately, talking any kind of way, carrying herself any kind of way. That's beyond being whorish. That's just ghetto, ratchet, trashy. That's just all the way at the bottom of the totem pole. Point blank, period. I said it. Yeah, you're here. Yeah. So ain't no man in my eyes, me at this age.
You'll find them in the comments this week.
Yeah, me at this age, no way. I got a woman with class, knowing she loved me. She go above and beyond, and I can't just say, babe, I want you to wear this here now and then. I want you to do this way. I want, this is really what I like. You know what I'm saying? And if you really friends with your partner and she won't feel some type of way, look at this video right here. This is what I'm saying. Like, how can't you just go ahead and try to get that from her? Because ain't no way I'd marry the whore.
Because the conversations probably don't happen in terms of expectation. Like I said, you jump in it and you hope for the best. That's what happens all too often. You as hypocritical as it sounds, I understand the logic in waiting until marriage and having one sexual partner your whole life.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to think that way having not done it.
Mm-hmm.
Because once you've had the experience and you've had a variety of them, some of those experiences you don't want to trade in. Like you literally don't want to lose the memory. Like, man, I mean, it was, but you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it also increases your appetite and increases your desire and your expectation.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I said it before, like you go through life, partner,
mm-hmm.
and you have things that you like about different experiences,
mm-hmm.
and then you hope that you find all that in that one person.
Mm.
You didn't get that from one person,
mm-hmm.
but the expectation that you come into marriage with, and I'm just gonna be with you now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you just gonna be with that person after you've been with 50, 100,
mm-hmm.
200 other people that have shaped how you see sex
mm-hmm.
and what works for you.
Right.
Now, if you manage to run through 200 people and it all happened the same way,
mm-hmm.
okay, then maybe your expectation is skewed, but you got data.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, nah, shorty, but then,
Go ahead.
Because the dude, and then I think a dude will call a woman for a certain, like, that's my that
mm-hmm.
thing.
That's my throat goat.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, that's what they call them.
Down the mountain.
Yeah, down the mountain. We go to the throat goat. Matter of fact, Cardi B did an interview recently where she said, he got that one that, but this is where I feel a lot of people don't have I don't want to say genuine where you ain't exercising your relationship with the Most High. You ain't exercising your relationship with the Word and the Scripture, because that's a constantly giving into a thing. And you saying you have dominion. He's saying he gave you dominion. He's saying he gave you power over these things. He say, casting down them thoughts. You're not exercising what the words say in that particular area. Mm-hmm. Because that's why I was having the conversation I was having with myself, knowing I've had a lot of partners. Yeah. I've had a lot of different experiences. And we've also had the conversation about soul ties. I don't believe in them because I haven't felt that same way about, you know what I'm saying? And I've had some throat goats. I mean, let's shoot it straight. And the throat goat was there for one day, and then when it was over, I never wanted to see her again. Yeah. But in that, my brain used to try to tell me, but you might want one of these experiences again.
Conditioning.
Yeah.
You don't have to call it anything else, but what you're conditioned, what your body's conditioned to do, what your mind is conditioned to believe and like and enjoy. Mm-hmm. Marriage doesn't change that.
Right. And then, right. And
time doesn't change that.
Right.
Like
it has to be what you want to, if that's what you.
And I believe you said a belief like that. God has to work you through that. Yeah. Like he has to
be honest.
That desire. If you don't want that desire, you have to allow him to take that desire from you. And most of us don't want to do that. We just want to say we're not going to do that.
You won't even say it's a problem.
I'm just not going to do it anymore.
Yeah, it was a problem. Let me say that. I know that is not natural for me. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, sometimes your brain will try to compare certain sexual experiences and moments. Not saying that all of them wasn't, but it might be one that was a little off, and you might reflect and wonder, dang, I have these kind of conversations with myself. Like I'm like, my conversations with myself sometimes be crazy.
Turn the music on.
But I have to.
Yeah.
I have to.
Yeah.
I ain't finna make somebody else's life miserable based on I ain't right.
Yeah, well, salute to you for coming to that conclusion before.
Yeah.
Most people feel, I don't have the data. Mm-hmm. Some people figure that out in marriage. Mm. Because you think that you can believe that because you're so disciplined in other areas of life, like an athlete that has an off season. Mm. Leading up to the season, they can get right back in shape. Some work year round. I got a partner now who's still running 7-8 miles a day. You said it. See him on TikTok, 13-mile a day. Why, Ninja? Drive.
Right. Man.
Drive. Like, what exactly are you still doing? Salute the ball hog. He be going crazy.
For sure.
But his approach was, I'm an athlete as my life. Mm. I'm not just an athlete in season. Mm. So marriage don't have no off season. Mm. So if you think that because you've done it in every other area of your life, 2 weeks before, I'm gonna get in the gym, I'm gonna go for 225, 315, a mile gonna be under 7 minutes.
It's a lifestyle.
Sure. Mm. Sure. Mm. For the season. Mm-hmm. But you don't come off season.
Right.
In marriage.
On court and off the court. Yeah. I love having them conversations with myself, because the sexual thing is equivalent to selling dope. It's equivalent to me as robbing. It's equivalent to, it's a behavior that I have chose to correct and realize no. And going back to the snow thing we went to, looking at things and saying, I may never get to experience that. I ain't convincing my mind that I can experience one woman that I love more than any woman I've ever met. Like, that I ain't willing to make that compromise, fight that to the best of my ability, versus saying, nah, I'm going to keep doing the thing that I now look back and say, I wish I would have never. I hate that I got caught in a cycle of thinking multiple women is the way for me. I got caught in a cycle of thinking selling dope is the best way to make this fast money. I make more money than I ever did selling dope, and I guarantee you I make more than a lot of drug dealers. If with the changing and making my mind up and saying, I have better friendships because I'm not conniving and manipulative and snakish no more. These are all choices that are equivalent to me when it comes to the word. Same thing with the sexual thing.
Yeah.
It is a choice regardless of how many experiences I had. Now, I'm giving that. You gotta lay it down. Gotta lay it down. No, that's how I see it, man. That's how I see it. For any man who feel like, or you battling with the commitment, faithfulness on the basis of how many experiences you had where your mind is, and what you condition yourself, and what you think, oh, I'm gonna miss out on. Because I seen the game the other day. The game said with his woman, he said he got to a point of realizing he hated cheating on his woman. He had an issue.
Mm-hmm.
He said he would lay down with this other woman. Soon as he got off, his brain would be like, why did I do that? Where is my woman? Like, I want to be with my woman. He said now he fights it with you. Yeah, I'm not saying to do that either. What I'm saying, but I salute him for real. It's one step towards being better. It ain't, but
porn is the path to the word. I mean,
no, it's not.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, I salute
he's hurting less people. Yeah, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a step towards being better to me. He acknowledged that he ain't want to continue to mess with multiple people. This is just, I can do this. And it's going to keep me from that. And eventually he'll probably look at the screen and say, what's wrong with me? I don't want to keep watching this to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, and I'm on, and that's a battle I fight myself, because I'm a vulnerable person. Porn can be an issue at times. I don't know what that is. Well, at times I can realize you're watching this more than you probably should. You shouldn't really, but I don't excuse nothing, but I know at times I'm just like, And then that could set unrealistic expectations as well. Yeah, it can affect you really experiencing the intimacy with your person, because a lot of people won't admit, which I've talked about this on my live. I have no issue with talking about this. I've thought about other women that I've watched on porn.
Wow.
During intimacy to get there. But
yes, that's not like it. But the more you talk about whatever way you get to that gratification, the variety of approaches you take, none of that leaves your mind that I do.
Right.
You got to take the time to change you and be available to being this different person. You can mean well. I mean, I really love her. I want my future with her. The old you gotta go.
Go.
And a lot of times we don't want to give up the old us. And I'm telling you from lived experience.
Yeah.
Like, it's tougher to change you when you got people counting on you other than you.
Yeah.
It's because you take everybody through that process.
You do.
And take everybody through that process, and they ain't asked to be there.
Yeah. And bro, I realized that going to prison. I realized at some point you were just taking these people through hell continuously. And that was unnecessary. Like, realizing as a leader, as a man, all these things that you could have changed in a different way. But knowing that now, these are things that's just like, I don't want to do those types of things. And outside of them, I don't want to feel like I don't have control over myself. That's where a lot of men, you're saying I don't want to do it because it ain't for me. You're not realizing, homie, you ain't got no self-control. I ain't saying here and there, I ain't justifying nothing, but just to show you this, because I ain't perfect. But how is it that you convincing yourself I ain't doing that because I ain't, bruh, that's a lack of self-control. that is a bigger issue than you don't want to marry.
The issue is you.
The issue is you.
Typically.
Yeah. And it's only gonna get worse, homie. And chasing the bag, getting more access, feeling more popular, more status, it's only gonna get worse. So the one thing you're saying, I don't want to, you need to I do to yourself, homie. You need to realize, homie, you're not healthy. But when it feels wrong at times to be the kind of peace I have, because it seems boring. It seems like I can't have as much fun. I can't, it doesn't seem as adventurous, risky like it used to be. But the more and more I mature, I'm like, but I ain't in danger anymore. Not only that, I ain't worried about going to, I go to the health department right now. I ain't even worried about my results coming back. And in the streets, I didn't get a result. I didn't have to worry about that till they forced me to take it at prison. And I was, all of us was in the thing thinking, what you think your results finna be? I hadn't been to the doctor. Just women everywhere. Now that's crazy to think you just gonna keep putting your penis in the middle of these women's body and you ain't gonna catch something eventually. Like, dude, what?
And then ask her name.
Yeah. Come on, bro. Like, these is the things, man, I really loving about myself, becoming whole. Like, the challenge of becoming whole, going back to applying that word, laying down my burdens, carrying my cross daily, realizing when they say, don't be conformed to this world, a lot of the ideas you have are you've conformed to, and you don't want to come out of it.
It's comfortable.
That's where you want to stay. Then it say, be transformed by the renewing of your mind to form new ideas. How is it that you don't want to form new ideas about things that you are looking at as pleasurable, but really it's damaging you even more? Your mind ain't changing. And I ain't saying it's easy by far. There's a lot of things I struggle with that I ain't afraid to talk about. The acknowledgement of them and the constant being in wise counsel. Where there is no wise counsel, the men fall. You constantly keep things to yourself, going through them, and then you think on the basis of whatever your definition of masculinity is, you think you got some things under control, and you carrying some people and yourself through some hell that's crazy. You don't even see it. You don't even realize, homie, this is not healthy for you. Yeah. And then you'll look up and be 40, 45. I had a friend of mine talking to this guy. I think she said he was like late 50s. Still got that player in him. I'm talking about player like 25. Still think he suave. Nothing wrong with being presentable, but he got that play. He want to be outside and do things, and you want to go to your grave known as that.
Some people do.
Uh-oh.
And if you're one of those people that do, leave the people alone that don't.
Leave the people alone that don't. And not only leave them, when you say leave them alone, if you ain't got nothing else, I'm gonna wrap it with this. Leave the people alone that don't. You have to understand the influence you have on people who are willing to ride or die. Not understanding that you're using your way of persuading them to become more of the monster you are versus releasing them and just dealing with your demons on your own. You transferring them spirits. And the reason why you do it is because of your hurt and your brokenness. You'd rather have a bunch with you, a bunch of minions with you, so you don't have to look at yourself. Because of them people that you do have the influence on, that care about you, who may see you, but just thinking over time you're going to change and you're not, you're going to turn them into you. They may not have the strength to, and why not let them go? Because it's just not right. And as hard as it is, man, and you're awful if you're doing it. Man or woman.
Man or woman.
Man or woman, man. And with that being said, man, two grown men having a conversation. It's Joe T.
D. Johnson.
Rarely speak my mind. Humility really kept me alive. This generation kill you, counsel you cause of your pride. Woe to those who playing victim, get pushed to the side. Accountability changed my life, I was living a lie. Nowadays you strike a man, ego get hit with that fire. Now you doing life or taking a life, you stuck on the inside. Now you playing victim, redefining your definition.